One of the biggest risks for those nests, I think, is weather, along with the predators. There's just all sorts of hazards. And then when the babies are born, there's the issue of them falling out and, they're 100 feet up or whatever it is. So I'm just thinking like on high wind days are probably issues, which we have that issue in central Texas today, as you can see. Winds were gusting up to 35 yesterday, gusting up to 30 miles an hour today. So just avoiding outdoor burning, things of that nature. The common sense things, you guys. Just a slightly elevated risk for grass fires to pop up. You can see the flags at Clean Regional just moving nicely as we head on into the afternoon here shortly, sustained at 22 miles an hour, Temple and Marlin. In terms of our winds, backing out of the southwest, meaning lower relative humidity, likely than what we were seeing the past couple of days. So it's going to be a windy, very warm afternoon, not just 75 degrees where we topped out yesterday. We're already pretty much there right now, and it's not even noon yet. That means, yes, we jump up into the 80s this afternoon. Some folks to the west of 281 towards Lanos and Saba, Brownwood could hit 90, 93 degrees this afternoon. So right now we are between 70 and 75, jump up into the 80s this afternoon. Other than that, calm and quiet, no rain or anything like that to talk about for central Texas. A weak front will pass through here in the next 24 hours. Right now you can see it is situated out in North Texas. Red flag warnings coming off the lee side of the Rockies once again. The Mountain West desperately needs a lot of precipitation. Speaking of precipitation, you can see the Midwest, Appalachian regions up by Chicago, the Great Lakes, and the Northeast getting clipped with rain and snow. Once again, they have basically been hogging all the moisture this winter season thus far, at least most of it. A few clouds sneaking into the viewing area with that weak front arriving in the back half of today, early half of tomorrow. Other than that, it is about the warmth and the wind today. Again, our western counties touching low 90s this afternoon. Could even be seeing some 92, 93 degree readings. We are going to, dare I say it, feel hot this afternoon. Overnight low is going to be on the warm side considering we're still in February, bottoming out in the 50s or low 60s depending on where you're at. And just wanted to quickly show you the burn ban map because yes, a lot of our counties, including now Bell County, back added to that. Even if your county doesn't have a burn ban, again, we've got these conditions out there for the elevated risk for grass fires. So again, just to recap things, higher winds further east that you go in our viewing area towards the Brazos Valley, I-45 corridor, winds backing out of the south-southwest into this afternoon. Weak front passes through between today and tomorrow. Tomorrow we're still going to call it a breezy day, but we're not going to see the 35-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Winds generally out of the north going to be gusting up to about 25 miles an hour for tomorrow. So the next couple of days going to remain warm, windy, dare I say hot this afternoon. No rain in sight. We need it, you guys. It is unfortunately not going to be the next few days. Friday, winds died down a little bit. This is patio weather. We wake up in the 50s and 60s, blast through, I would say about 79 to 82, depending on where you're at for Friday afternoon. High temperatures. It is going to be gorgeous, you guys. Patio weather for sure. Saturday and Sunday, both days we top out in the 80s for high temperatures. You're going to church, something like that Sunday morning. Likely we're seeing potentially some fog if winds start to back out of the southeast, increase in moisture and some low-level clouds Sunday morning. But the sun is out both days. It is going to be very, very warm again in the 80s. The big question for everyone right now is, are we going to see rainfall anytime soon? Obviously, we're getting these very warm and windy days, sitting at almost 90 degrees in February. Not great for the long-term outlook. We don't want it to remain that warm as we head into the spring season and then add in what is typically a season where we're seeing the bulk of our rainfall for the year. That would mean a lot of thunderstorms. So hopefully we can pepper in some just good old-fashioned rainfall. It is leaning that way. The long-range outlook outside of the 7-day forecast. Now peppering in a slim chance for rain the last day on the 7-day here. It looks like just outside of this, potentially we get some better rain chances, but it's not going to be over the next week. Again, the weather impact alerts today and tomorrow is because we are warm, dry, and breezy. Just makes for that increased risk for grass fires to pop up, but extremely warm, you guys. Every day over the next 7, we're sitting in the 80s for high temperatures, which is wild. Considering the next 4 days anyway, we are still sitting in the month of February. I just keep saying I hope spring break holds steady here and we're in the 80s spring break and we don't get our last taste of winter then because, Lindsay, we have seen that happen before.
I know, unfortunately. So it's like, don't let your guard down, but it's looking pretty nice, Whitney. Thank you.